Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures are lower across the board. We do have the Nasdaq leading the market lower this morning on a couple of earnings announcements. We've got the VIX for the Nasdaq still on a buy signal. That, of course, is bearish for the Nasdaq. It came down into the channel yesterday, closed below 1957, would give us a new sell signal on Wednesday. It certainly doesn't look like we're going in that direction in the pre-market. Now, the Nasdaq did recover on Tuesday, traded right up to the upper channel line, but did not close above it, so we're still on a sell signal coming into Wednesday's trading action. Semiconductors were up yesterday, still on a sell signal, no change there. AMD is down in the pre-market this morning. It's already on a sell signal, so we are making a new low for AMD on Wednesday morning. We do have Alphabet also having trouble in the pre-market this morning. It's currently trading below the lower channel line. So if it holds those levels going into the close, that would generate a new sell signal for Alphabet after coming off a new high on Tuesday. Now, another big cap tech stock that's having trouble this morning is Apple, and Apple is basically undoing its gains from yesterday. So Apple is still on a sell signal, no change there. FMC is having some trouble this morning. It ended yesterday on a sell signal. It has had a nice run through the month of January, came off the bottom of the panic zones, pressure zone had formed. Of course, looking at the chart, you see that it made a lower high and a lower low, and then we're making a lower low. So not a lot of optimism for this particular stock. At the time of the buy signal, you knew your playing field was up into the flypaper channel. We did move up a couple of lines, so you had lots of time to take money off the table, and you should have just a partial position left this morning if you took the FMC trade. Now, looking at the VIX for the S&P 500, we're coming into Wednesday on a buy signal. That would change with a close below 1599. The VIX is trading higher in the pre-market this morning. Looking at the U.S. dollar index, it did pull back yesterday. And if it keeps pulling back, that, of course, could help the stock market going forward. Bonds were up slightly yesterday. Canadian bonds had a small pullback while we saw money go back into the emerging market bonds and the junk bonds. Certainly no change in trend there, but if the money keeps going back into the junk bonds, that would tell us that bond traders are getting more bullish on the stock market. Taking a look at Costco, Costco was in the news yesterday morning. It was up in the pre-market, held gains right into the close, closing at a new high. And we also saw Palantir pop in the pre-market yesterday and held those gains going into the close. Now, looking at the Dow is still on a buy signal, closing at the upper channel line yesterday. S&P 500, which did generate a sell signal on Monday, we told you probably want to wave that off and wait for the next close below the lower channel line. That would certainly happen on Wednesday with a close below $597.67. And there's the equal weighted S&P 500 still on a buy signal. That would change on Wednesday with a close up below $180.10. Moving on to the Canadian market, the iShares for the TSX 60 settled right on the lower channel line, so any lower close on Wednesday would give us a sell signal. The Vanguard Canada ETF has a little more breathing room, looking for a close below $51.74. No joy for financials. They were down. Bank stocks were down just a tick under 1%. The biggest loser was Brookfield, and the biggest losing bank on Tuesday was Bank of Montreal. So certainly no change in trend there. Going in the opposite direction, the TMX group was up over 8% on the day. So congratulations, anyone who was long TMX. Then looking at the energy sector, it closed higher yesterday right at the lower channel line. No change in trend. No change in trend for gold stocks. They pulled back slightly after making a new high on Monday. Then we had an inside day for industrials with a small gain at the end of the day. And then looking at the information technology sector, we were up a new closing high for that particular sector on Tuesday. We still have BlackBerry on a buy signal, making a new high on Tuesday. Nice move up for Celestica on Tuesday, trying to break out above the previous high. Then we had a small pullback for Constellation Software. CGI Group had an inside day, no change in trend there. Kinaxis still on a sell signal. That would change on Wednesday with a close above $174.73. No joy for Lightspeed. Lightspeed, the pros gave up control at the start of December, And we started to break down below the flypaper channel in early January, so that's not a good sign. And then looking at Shopify, we're still on a buy signal here. If we can break through 175, then $200 would be our next target to the upside for Shopify. Then looking at Topicus, a new high for that stock on Tuesday. Let's finish off this morning's presentation taking a look at commodities. And we do have energy inventories coming out later today. In the pre-market, we've got crude oil trading lower. So I made a new low for this move on Tuesday. We also have natural gas on a sell signal right now, traded in the channel yesterday. It is trading lower in the pre-market this morning. Now, copper generated a buy signal yesterday. It's up in the pre-market this morning. We've got gold trading higher in the pre-market. Platinum is still on a buy signal, no change in trend there. And silver moved up, getting pretty close to the highs from back in December, and it is trading slightly higher in the pre-market on Wednesday morning. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. So far, it looks like we're going to see some selling at the open on Wednesday morning. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Thursday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.